Should I put my microphone on then?
Yeah,
My mic on tonight.
Okay, it's working. Bing.
Does that mean we're online?
Bing, bing. Yeah, everything's going mental.
So it's actually live.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, check it out. We've got people watching on YouTube. Ryan, Bogner Ecstasy, Justice. You're live. We've not been live for ages. This is
Whoa!
a super chilled out stream.
We're back, boys.
We're not back properly yet.
This is a tester,
This is a test.
tech tester in the new place.
Testing, testicles. Sorry, I just hit my microphone. How you doing, guys?
Bogner Ecstasy, that was my dream amp for about, well, still isn't really.
What's your actual name, Bogner Ecstasy? Hi, Michael. How you doing? We're going to keep looking at the chat rather than the camera. Sorry, guys. And we're in Bradford, so you can hear sirens. I shouldn't say that on the stream. That's terrible. But yeah, we're in the new studio. That's cool, actually. I should learn how to do that. So yeah, we're just doing a test stream. Your solo on Mana is... Oh, thanks, Greco.
I can't see that far, you know.
You're kidding me.
My glasses are in the car, but I'm not putting them on.
He's too vain for the stream. Hi Max, how you doing? Dongan. So, we're just going to do some playing. We're... Greg! How you doing? Nice to see you, dude. I'm reading the chat, which is why I'm not looking at the camera. Justin, how you doing? Nice, okay.
Oh!
How long have you been doing streaming?
Not long enough, apparently.
The sirens are understandable. How are the guitars sounding?
Tigress.
You alright, man?
I'm alright.
You comfy?
I'll move in a minute.
No, I just wondered. Because we'll have more space when we do these in the future. But
I'm not sitting. I can't sit on that side because I know they tipped it over before.
so, do you want to do some of these that we were doing before?
Mm-hmm. Do we know what the changes?
No, but I can shout them out to you if you
Woo!
get stuck. There's a neo soul one. What does that sound like?
No matter what your idea.
There's got to be some rules against streaming.
Wait a second.
Streaming.
What's that button do on the OPEC thing? Does that mute it?
Yeah, but it's all the way over there. Just going to turn the volume down.
Michigan.
Hiya, Cheddar Kung.
Cheddar Kung, cool name.
Cheddar Kung Power.
Oh, thanks, Adam. Yes, I'm getting better. I'm on the mend, I think.
Oh, that's nice and cheesy.
Yeah.
So I'm going to turn this up. You guys, it's in C minor. How's that? Is that all right? A little bit louder?
A bit.
Is that all right, Dan? So there's a little cheeky A flat minor 9 every. yeah. Oh. Hey Frederick Phil, how you doing? Oh, oh. I'm too loud.
There's some things happening. Did you hear that somewhere? It's quite loud.
On here? Yeah. Okay. Looking forward to hearing that. Have you got it on?
I don't know. I haven't. I don't know.
Do you think? Oh, right. Okay.
What do you mean? Modulation? Or pitch?
Go on, Beebs. Yeah, guys, let us know if the volumes are right. I've just gesticulated wildly. Oh, you've got a ring mod though. It's just all completely random. Okay, mine's too low. Right. How is it now? Yes!
Hey.
Oh no, have I got one of those?
Really, dude. Mate, we're going to be talking about that just in a bit.
That's so stupid. I can't do that stuff. That is a really cool sound. Is that just a preset? You haven't done anything to it?
Yeah.
You can probably see Dan's using a Helix LT. It sounds awesome.
Adam, I don't think we've had Sam, certainly not in person.
No.
He's actually coming up, he's going to be up here next week or something. So
Is he?
Yeah.
What's he doing?
Well, he's come to chat with me. And,
Kept that quiet.
well, no, I meant to tell you that I won't be on a Thursday for a stream, but might be on the podcast. Hi, Anton.
That's hard, that.
What are you doing? Are you using these two?
Yeah, how are you doing it?
Same. Oh no. Oh no, what am I doing? So, let's do another track. We're literally, guys, just messing around. We're not doing a proper guitar. Well, we are sort of going to do a bit later.
A bit chat about some stuff.
Yeah, we're just
Got
having a
some,
mess around.
you know.
Hip hop funk in D minor. These backing tracks, by the way, are from a guy called Benjamin Harrison that BB found the other day. How long have you been seeing these backing tracks?
No, we've used him before. I think we've used him before, but he's recently, I think, he's started selling them as well. He's got like a web store and things.
Adverts. So this is in D minor after the advert. It's a Skoda advert.
More than this.
Oh, that's hot.
Too loud? Yeah, it is. Not sure how I feel about this. Oh. Tom equals roomy. I don't know why you ever turn that off. Do you not find that makes you play more melodically?
Or shred more shreddily.
Why is that?
John Gongs at the house.
Anyway, yeah, we should definitely get John on.
Yeah, I can't believe that hasn't happened actually.
No, I know. Go on, Beebs. Can I play with that patch? Give me the lead. I want to play with that patch.
It's not the most sensitive, like if you...
Cheddar Kung, it's called Hip Hop Funk B minor, 100 BPM.
Oh, okay, I need a Helix LT just for that patch. Oh,
Sorry, Dan. Right, I'm gonna have
it's getting all incestuous.
too many.
Yeah, we need Alex on as well. The backing track is called Gentle Groin. Still going. Dirty, dirty boy. Let's try something else.
That's like DJ.
They're all kind of funk hip hop grooves. Oh, how dare you? How dare you?
That's going to static me
That
up.
reminds me of when, was it you or Bronzy was electrocuting us? Was it you?
Oh, yeah.
With that weird.
Still got those.
You have to think of some dance challenges.
Yeah,
Oh man, the adverts.
Need to get some challenges.
The patch, it's a built-in, what is it? It's under filters. It's just called auto filter. It's just like auto bar.
Rampant cultural appropriation. Yep. Good. Tom Morello. Oh, yeah.
All nights.
So we'll get into some guitar house stuff in a bit. We're just going to play. You know who we're missing, don't you? Who's not here? Simmons.
Ah.
Where's Simmons?
I thought you meant Bronzy.
Yeah.
No, obviously we're missing Bronzy, obviously. Right, this is in A minor. Whoa! Go on, babes.
Not the way it's written out on the A minors. Oh no, it does go. F. Alright, 7.
There's a cheeky G13 in the B section. Here it comes. We'll put all the backing tracks on the Facebook page, guys, when we finished. I love Brett Garsett too. Right, Cheddar Come Pal, good luck, dude.
Have a good show.
Woo!
Thanks, guys. That's not
I don't do tapping. I can't tap, Ben. I can do this one. No, I can't. Oh, that was nice. Some BB Bop came out there. BB Bop.
Nah.
Oh shit, sorry, I didn't know it was up. Oh.
Congratulations, FICO Pizza. We'll have a chat about that later. Read that question, Beats. I'll try and remember that.
What question?
Yeah. Okay. All right, Dan. Wow.
If I had my old beard from season 1, then that would be a BB Bop.
Right, let's do one more, and then that's going to be like 7 o'clock, so we can start maybe talk about some stuff, say what we've been doing and stuff. Yeah, just get through this advert. Someone's buttering toast on the advert. Now she's eating toast. I'm not sure what it's advertising. We're going to skip it. It's in E minor.
Well done.
That is the best sound ever. Dan Lettieri.
If you play too many notes though, it sort of slowly doesn't quite. Alright, I'll get rid of it.
Also an awesome tone. It's gone. Where's my hair? Bronzy's stolen it. Someone's shredding his ass off.
B7. But you're in the B7.
Ah! Cool, that was hard work. It's in full troll mode this evening. Yeah. Ah. I was going to say. What's up? Oh, a little fluttery butterfly. Hi Samuel, hi Brazil. Oi, the chuff. Hi Cassim. Dude. Ah. He's taking your chorus though. I'm going to pull his lead out.
Right, man. Sorry, okay.
Well, when you're shredding, you're shredding.
Sorry.
You dirty lut. Kyrgyzstan.
Oh, I need to get my eyes tested. Hi, Cassie.
Yeah, man.
Sweet.
Okay, so, how many people have we got watching? Can you see? 117, okay.
Whoa!
It's because we've been away for a while.
It's been a long time.
Get me dirty socks.
We're chilling out. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Back on the old.
Wow, this is unusual, having a sofa to sit on for the guitar.
Yeah.
So, welcome back, guys. We're just doing a quick test. Obviously, we're missing Bronzy. He's currently having my hair glued onto his head. People keep asking me this. One guy posted on YouTube the other day saying, "Tom, where's your hair gone? You look 30 years older." Devastated.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's that thing of when it's starting to go, you have to embrace the shaved baldness. So it's gone. Maybe I'll grow it back later. Who knows, with some hair transplant. But we're back. Myself, Dan Smith, David Beebe.
Hey guys.
Yo.
We'll get Bronzy back. Have you guys been listening to their podcast? Which has been very good. I've been listening to it in the car. It's very entertaining. There's another one just gone up tonight, right?
About half
right?
an hour.
Half an hour.
Episode
In
7.
half an hour.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
So what we do, Dan and I are doing is a little bit of an experiment. We're every week just getting on Skype and having a bit of a constructive whinge and moan about guitar and recording it and just putting it out on the podcast feed. And we're having some interesting chats, getting a few guests on. And if you subscribe to, what I used to do is all of the audio from the show, I would just rip and put on to the podcast feed. So if you subscribe to that, it should be just appearing in your feed. If not, then just search for the Guitar Hour on Apple Podcasts or any of the Spotify as well. It's on Spotify or any app that you might listen to podcasts on, and check it out. Tom's been on, Bronzy's been on. We're gonna get some more people on.
It's just a chance to sort of me and you to stretch out.
Yeah, so it's because obviously with these shows, with the live streaming, there's so much to think about, and obviously, granted, Dan and I don't do much of that. Tom's doing most of the tech thinking.
It's actually been really easy today.
But obviously we've got the playing, we've got the challenges, and this whole thing, I know this episode isn't right now, this is just a tester, but generally this is more structured. The podcast is just no playing, just a geeking out and a bit of a...
It's great for driving too, if you've got a long journey.
Yeah.
The other thing is as well, is because this ends up being getting 4 of us in one room at one time, it ends up being problematic at times.
Sorry, I'm laughing at it. Tom's looking hard.
Because getting all 4 of us together in a room on a regular basis is problematic. We're doing the podcast weekly, so that there's always some kind of content from this camp.
I just have to address something. I don't know how to pronounce your name because it's in Japanese characters, but you've put, "Tom, please come back to Japan again." I will be in Japan this year for 3 days. I can't tell you when yet, but I will be in Japan with Martin Miller. So keep posted for those dates. If you check my Facebook page, in the next few weeks, I should be able to announce that. So yeah, I'll be in Japan with Martin at some point. So sorry I can't pronounce your name. Sorry guys. Not Brazil though at the moment, unfortunately, sorry. Can I address that other question as well? Have I ever thought of starting an online school? I have actually. I did discuss that with somebody at one point, but we didn't do it in the end, but maybe in the future. But you can get all my lessons on my website. They're all available. So yes. You might notice Dan's flaring a lot as well. Dan's got some thick card skills.
It's something to keep my hands busy.
That have actually developed over the last year or so, haven't they?
Yeah.
Pretty much
Cheap
actually,
hobby.
Since the last Guitar Hour.
Yeah.
To this level.
This is what I've been doing.
This and filming stuff.
Can't do it. Oh, I can't get it out. Yeah, filming stuff.
We need a card cam. So are you in Germany too? Yes. I will be in Germany at some point, not sure when. I'll be in Germany this year, definitely. I did do a sounding off with Rick Beato. I don't know if I don't think he's posted it yet. I'll send him an email, ask him where it is. Okay, so we will be starting the Guitar Hour again as soon as we're all free, and we'll do all the usual. It'll be the same kind of show. We'll have the credits and stuff, and we'll have different sections, all the graphics. Dan will have a challenge of some description. There'll be electrocution, the works. It'll be really good fun.
The difference though is that I don't think we're going to sort of do it in seasons every
No.
week.
No.
Because the idea is we can do, Dan and I are just going to be doing sort of like the podcast, and then whenever we can do one of these, we can do it.
James Phillips, yes, it is the answer to your question. Again, I can't announce dates yet, but I'll be doing quite a few bits in the UK this year. Yes, going to be all over the place this year. Let's just talk a little bit about, let's just start with these, because this is quite unusual for all of us. So somebody posted, who's Pedalboard is copying whose? Mine was first.
Of course, absolutely. Mine is very much copied off. It's not entirely the same.
Mine was built by Daniel Steinhardt, so I'll go through mine and then maybe go through yours, and then we'll get onto this because we need to talk about this.
The perk about knowing Tom is because he gets all the new gear either through.
It's also gas.
Well, yeah. But either he gets new gear for demos or he just buys new gear anyway. It means that you get to see all these things and hear them in a real situation.
Not that though.
Well, no, not this.
That was I don't know what the word is.
A whim?
No, not a whim, but that was a very educated choice. So this was built by Daniel Steinhardt. I don't know if some of you guys have seen it. I've not really done a big video on it, but we did a massive video on this for that pedal show, which you can check out. It's had a lot of views actually. So this is the G2 switching system. There's Strymon Timeline, Strymon Big Sky, obviously the dual fusion, a Sonus volume, and if you've not checked out Sonus, you need to check them out. It's SONUUS. They do a few really amazing pedals. That's a volume pedal that does so many things that you wouldn't associate with the volume pedal. It's got compression, gates, LFOs built in there as well, so it does tremolos, crazy kind of synth-like things as well. It's awesome. There's a Wampler Latitude, there's an Ego compressor, Wampler Ego compressor, and an Eventide H9, and my Tumnus is missing because I swapped out the mini Tumnus for the Tumnus Deluxe, and I haven't put it on the board yet. And the way I'm running, and this is the same for BB-All, I'll let him talk through his board after this. We're actually running straight out of the Big Sky, well, not straight out, through the G2, and he's got, he'll tell you about his switching system, but the Big Sky's got this cabinet simulator on it, which we didn't know about until a year ago. Yeah. So if I switch it off, horrible. If I switch it back on again, it's just this little switch at the back. It's not even a feature that they really talk about. Isn't that amazing?
It's crazy. It's like this bonus feature of the
magic switch.
Just an EQ filter. It's not an IR. There's no cabinet simulation going on, so there's no power amp running here. It does go to show you though. There's no tubes here. There's no preamp. There's no power amp. If in effect the dual fusion, when it's on, is the preamp, and then when it's off, it's basically just direct. The DI'd guitar, just direct, but going with that filter on. If I switch the dual fusion off, well, that's loud, sorry guys. Oh, it's not too bad actually. And you can do, that's crazy. Let me just switch it off again. I like direct guitar actually. All of the clean tones from the Elba Triangle album were recorded direct. There's no amp simulation or cab simulation on any of those. I really like it. Anyway, that's how that's working. So do you want to say, because your board's actually a little bit different, not massively.
Yeah, so differences. So I don't have a G2. A little bit out of my price range, so I've got the Boss ES8, and that's really still a great switching system. To similar kind of job, some different features, but yeah, really good switching system. And then the differences being that I have Polytune on here, Crybaby
That's
Mini.
Awesome. That little wah.
Yeah, so I have a little tiny Crybaby.
That's one for an hour.
So like,
yeah,
it's like half the size of a foot.
Does that ever cause an issue?
Yeah, how does that?
No, it's fine.
Does it matter which?
The only issue is because I'm like left.
Your heel or your toe?
I'm left dominant.
You think your heel?
You're left dominant?
Right. Yeah.
Pardon?
So I can't.
Where's your whip?
I can't dominate with my right side. So if that makes sense. So I have to cross over. So gigging wise, I'm like balancing on my right leg.
Can I just say something?
What's that?
There's no way you could have stood up in the previous place.
No.
Not a chance. You'd have banged your head on something and tripped up.
There's a schoolboy hour.
Just because you're left
So
dominant, you still have your lead.
always plug your cable in.
Plug your cable in. Pro tip, guys, before you go to play.
BB's good, but he's not that good. Wow, it sounds really good as well. It does look a little odd. If my phone was here, I'd take a picture of it and put it on Instagram, but it sounds great. Is there anything on it? Can you change like the midpoint or
If
anything?
you open it up inside, it's got little dip switches, I think. I haven't done it, but you can adjust the filter in that.
And the feel is okay.
You were going heel there.
Yeah.
I'd feel like you'd have to go.
No, I feel heel would.
Right.
Does
that not feel weird?
Well, no, but when you go backwards, if he's got the polytune there,
no.
Heel
Oh,
hit
God,
the.
I can't. I'm stuck.
Yeah, it's all right.
You have to do it.
It's
afterwards.
it's totally. It's essentially it's just as if you do it as if you're going to do a normal wah, but then your front of your foot, you're working it from the heel, from the heel.
Where's the Axe 3? I think I'm going to get one for review, but I'm so happy with the Axe FX 2 and the AX8. Although, Mr. Valandia's, have you seen his demos?
Oh man, yeah, they're great, aren't they?
Not only are they great, but his playing just...
Yeah.
I told myself actually, I didn't say this to him yet, but I'm going to transcribe all of those examples because apart from like there's a couple of Steely Dan licks he play or riffs he plays, and there's some other riffs as well, but all of it is absolute gold. It's ridiculous.
Get your mic.
The only other difference, the only other thing on my pedalboard, so I also have the Strymons and the Tumnus, and then I've got the Andy Timmons JHS drive,
Oh man, I'm all tangled up.
which is freaking awesome. So use that for my Marshall sound.
James, why am I not using the Axe FX rig? I've got 2 studios now, so this is the studio I used to film all the Dawson stuff. You can't see it, but we've got 2 floors, so downstairs is all the Dawson sets. So obviously we don't want to use those for the guitar hour because that would be just a bit rude. So we're using this. We're going to create some space up here for the guitar hour. And if I turn the camera around, my editing suite is over there. And my Axe FX 2 is at my other studio, my home studio, which is in my back garden. I do have the AX8 here, but we thought this was such a cool experiment to do because we've got basically the AX8 and Dan's got this, which we'll talk about shortly, which obviously we said earlier was a Helix LT, I always get that wrong. But BB didn't have, we couldn't both plug into the AX8, so we had to figure out a way of doing this, and we liked it so much the last time we did it that I thought I'd do it as well with the Big Sky. So if you own a Big Sky, I remember Lyle Watt got really he was like, oh, I didn't know that happened when we mentioned it on, or I think I mentioned it on Facebook. If you've got a Big Sky, experiment with that. Just literally take your pedal chain, have the Big Sky as the last pedal, which is really common anyway, had to have your reverb last, and then turn that cabinet simulator on. It's this little switch back here, and just plug it straight into your sound card or your desk or wherever, and it's really, really good, really impressive. Strymon should do a video on that.
If you got into, say, serious pinch on a gig and your amp blew up, or you know you were seriously in trouble, you could just go right out into the desk. You could DI out your Big Sky to the front of house and monitor a speaker or something. You could get away with it. It's that sort of decent.
It would be cool to see a comparison between the LT and the AX8. We could do that. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
That would be, well, maybe we'll do a video on that, me and Dan, at some point. Okay, so Dan.
Yeah.
Oh well, we've been talking about this actually
on
the podcast for a couple of weeks, so it's really interesting to say he's finally got it out of the box.
Yeah.
But do you want to say why you've got it? Because like people don't associate you. Well, I think people associate you with great tone, but you've never used a modeler before?
No, the last kind of modelling,
modeler.
I've said this on the podcast, the last kind of modelling-esque thing I had was a Line 6 Spider 2 when I was 16.
Jesus.
Not the L'Oreal thing.
Go and wash your mouth out.
Yeah. I thought that was great at the time.
They've really, like Line 6 have gone from... Someone said it earlier, they've gone
it's
from
like
being...
Skoda.
You're not... Yeah, for a second there. I drive a Skoda. Not for much longer though. But yeah, although I love my Skoda.
No, but like Skoda, obviously people are like, oh, you're driving a Skoda for years. And then all of a sudden it's like...
They're great cars.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I bought this for, really, it's for home use. I mean, I potentially could use it live depending on the gig. But really it's for home recording really. It's just to sort of get a sound that you like and then just have it sound like that when it goes in rather than having to mic something up.
And I could hear a big difference because Dan sent us some of the clips when he'd got it out of the box for a week after he bought it. It's a big upgrade for you. Because what were you doing before? How were you recording before?
I was coming out of the record out on the plug with pedals and stuff.
Oh, okay, so that was a good setup.
It was fine, it was just I don't know. It just means that there's loads and loads of tweaking afterwards.
Yeah.
For me, anyway, and it's like.
So this you can just record and then you don't have to do anything to it.
Yeah, and I write. I've got a column with Premier Guitar as well online. So doing stuff like that where it potentially could be different stuff in terms of different styles or whatever, or anything like that comes up, it's kind of all in here. Do you know what I mean? Like the silly auto filter thing. Like,
And what,
never have I owned a pedal that did that.
why, for anyone who's interested, because obviously when you looked at these, it was a little confusing. It's confusing for most people because they've got the LT, the Helix effects, the Helix rack. Why did you get the LT? There's also the Helix Native, which is the plugins. I don't know if you knew about that, which you could have used for recording.
Yeah.
What made you go for the LT?
For what I needed it for and the price, that's like.
Because I guess the big Helix, there was too much on there that you wouldn't use.
Yeah, it's like more ins and outs and
Extraneous
stuff,
stuff.
which I don't need, and then the little scribble strips and stuff, which.
It's all up there anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all up there, and like I say, I'm not using it for live. So if I was playing in like a really sort of high end function band or something that played like tunes that, you know, the kind of band, I don't know if you do this in your band, but the kind of stuff where the sounds and the arrangements are so like meticulously thought out that I'd have to save like a full set's worth of banks and have all the strips and stuff.
Yeah, it would make sense then.
It makes sense then, but like I say, it's just
Not for
maybe
recording.
home use. And this was £715, I think, and the Helix non-LT full fat is like £400 or £500 more expensive, I think. So it just didn't really make sense for what I needed it for.
I think it's going to be really
It's a game changer already.
We've been talking about it for a long time, like doing this and not having something to record with, etc. For getting really good at the video thing, and so I think having this for the audio for you would be.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, I feel like my understanding of video I think is way higher than audio, but like this kind of sort of does it all for me. I'm still getting to grips with it. Although saying that, I came in here and then I quickly found a sound and added a couple of effects and stuff on the fly.
Yeah,
in the space of like a minute.
One thing I've found with these is like I've got so I'm going on tour fairly soon. I can't tell you anything about it yet, but I'm going on tour fairly soon. And all I'm going to take with me is a Line 6 Helix HX effects, not the modeler. I'm not using modeling. And I'm going to take that and a dual fusion and an ego compressor, and that's it. And that's going to plug into a Laney Lionheart. And the thing I found with the HX effects is, and I think you can do the same on this, you don't need to read the manual at all, and it's really easy to operate, but you can do literally everything from your feet, which is super cool. You can, like if you say like the filter gain there, you have to go down and turn the knob or whatever, or assign it to that knob. You can probably do the same with this. I don't know how you do it, but you can literally go into a mode on the HX effects where you don't have to touch it with your fingers at all. So you can literally do everything with your feet, which is super cool. So that's what I'm going to take.
If you're a germaphobe.
On tour. Or if you're a germaphobe. Yeah, absolutely. So I've actually got 2 of them downstairs, but they've been used for reviews and demos and stuff, so they're not mine. But I think I'm getting one next week, which is quite cool.
Enjoying it so far though, and obviously for this setup, it's great. You just plug in and it's done.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
I'm surprised at how quick we set up.
Yeah, I will be using the AX8 for all the streams in the future because this is great, but it's not designed for this job. And we had a few issues with levels and stuff. But yeah, it's really, really cool.
So I'll be copying Dan next and getting a Helix.
Well, I mean, yeah, because actually, I think we talked about this before, but an interesting thing, the best tone that we think, because BB was there, I've ever had live was the AX8 direct into a DI box, direct into a DI box, but straight into the desk through a PA and through front of house, and that was a disgusting tone. And playing wise, it was incredible as well. And obviously the Helix is right up there with all of that stuff as well. So if I do
the other thing as well about this, that because I spoke to a few people that have got a Helix or have used one. Dom Hawthorne was massive help.
Oh, right. That name didn't come up. No, who was it? Someone mentioned somebody that was like Andrew Colley apparently is the Helix master.
Oh, okay. But it seems like the users that have these things, it's probably the same with the Fractal stuff as well. But it seems like there's like always a community of guys that are like super helpful and like proper enthusiasts about this kind of stuff.
Yeah,
so,
the Axe
I
Effects
heard
guys.
nothing but good things, really, you know.
No, I mean, they, like I say, they were a hated company, and now they're super legit again in everything they do.
It's really, that stink is hard to watch though, because I mean, I got bit by Line 6 in the mid 2000s.
Yeah,
quite hard, like with like really dodgy gear and like.
Yeah, but you use Apple
stitches.
products. But I mean, but since they got bought out by Yamaha as well, and the R&D budgets went through the roof, I would imagine. I think a lot of this technology is because of that collaboration, and so they've become much more legitimate. You can see it in the build quality, and that's an expensive product. It's not budgety. Like, they were always budgety products, and those tube amps were. Yeah, I won't go into it, but they were. I wasn't a fan. Should we play something else?
Yeah.
Anything else you want to mention?
I'm hoping to do more videos, like longer videos. Longer videos soon. I've just been doing this sort of 1 minute thing.
Oh,
on
they're
Instagram,
awesome.
Which the reason I've done it is because it's only 1 minute, and I've got the tab and stuff on there, and I'm putting them on YouTube as well. It's Dan Guitar Smith on Instagram if you want to check him out. But because it's only a minute, it's quite manageable as a little production project, and you can kind of slowly like try little things and try little.
I think most people.
Do you know what I mean? Little tricks.
I think most people. I'm not saying you guys in particular or anybody in particular, but I think most people don't understand how much work goes into video.
Yeah. But that's the thing. I'm doing it really for like the pilot hours, because you know how long it takes. Anytime you try and do something new, it takes, especially with video stuff, it takes so long. And then like a new thing in Premiere that you've not done before, it takes ages. Like, you might spend a whole afternoon figuring out one thing.
Yeah.
And then you'll be like, oh, I'll show you what it is, you just press this button. It's like, it took me 7 hours to do that, and I've just
there's a key command for that.
Yeah, exactly.
John's got an interesting question.
Yeah.
If you're DIing live, how do you like to monitor where your in-ears?
I would rather use, if it's possible, a wedge any time of any day.
Yeah, I'm not
I
using
hate in-ears, but they're not always possible.
I've only ever used NAF in-ears. I've never used like moulded.
Oh no, I have moulded triple driver in-ears. Still hate them. Hate them. I love them for listening to music.
Is it because they just sound really close? Or?
They sound super close. Your guitar tone sounds totally different.
Bees on the chainsaw.
Sort of all of those videos that were recorded in Germany with Martin with that. So someone mentioned the Mana solo. You have no idea how badly I thought I'd played in that session because of those in-ears. Because everything sounded horrible. It's so uninspiring. And obviously the good thing about in-ears is you can create, if you've got the facility, you can create your own very customized mixes. One of the best playing experiences I've ever had was playing with Dweezil Zappa in Leeds when he asked me to guest. And they just have an iPad. You do your own mix. It's really simple as well. And you can tailor everything. And that was the Axe Effects 2 DI'd. And I had the worst pair of crappy, like, $9.99 headphones in, and they sounded great. They sounded really good. In-ears, though, for me, they're a bit too closed. Right. Mine have got mics on, which makes the experience 10 times nicer. But for that session with Martin, everything was DI'd except the drums, so there was no point having the mics because you couldn't hear anything. So it was horrible. Wedges any day.
Yeah, it's all possible. The only thing I'm slightly worried about is like ear protection. So, because wedges with everything cranked and then wearing like, ear protection, then that changes the tone even more. So
I quite like playing with ear protection in.
Right.
Because you can play really loud.
It protects the edge off the cymbals.
And you can, yeah.
Oh mate, we had a gig the other week where I misplaced my earplugs in between soundcheck and the gig. And like sometimes monitors are a bit sort of toppy and horrible.
Always.
And it sounded like I'd somehow mastered the art of breaking glass in tune.
Nice.
It was so bad.
So would you rather use wedges as well? I mean, you don't actually have any ears, do you?
No. I've got ears.
You do have ears. You have things inside your ears, but inner ears.
I've got inner ears.
Yeah. Your inner ears?
Well, not at the moment.
Well.
Oh yeah, actually I am. Yeah.
I'm a bit joking.
I am.
Let's play B flat minor. I'm going to keep using these guys' backing tracks because they're awesome.
They're great, aren't they?
And we'll post I'm looking at the screen again. We'll post a link to his YouTube channel because you can buy his tracks as well if you want to download them and use them.
There's a web store now.
This is not his track. Ah, Skoda. B flat minor.
B flat minor.
Who's going first?
Beeps. Someone's smoking outside. It's black. Smoke. Oh.
It's a bit Michael Jackson, isn't it?
That is a D with F sharp in the bass. That's what he's written here. Oh, it's an F major 7.
What were you playing then?
It's
Oh, this is gone all...
an F13 flat 9. So what's happening?
Go on, Dan.
Ah. There you go. Do you want to just keep going because the form is wrong otherwise. The form ends on that F13 flat 9.
Yeah.
Okay. Ah, man.
Oh, night in arrow. That's the best way to play with that. Ah, man. Woo! Ah. Odd. Oh, that was cool.
No, no.
Wait, but I got. Oh, okay. Alright. Oh, I see.
Whoops. It's tricky that because it goes from 13 flat 9 to an altered chord, and the voicing's interesting. One more and then we'll do some more. This is an F major. This isn't an F major.
Scan items and add them straight to your basket.
There you go. I bet you never knew. Down in your chair.
Was it?
F major. It's like an F Lydian. No, it's F Mixolydian. So it's basically F Mixolydian to E flat Mixolydian.
Oh.
And then down. Yeah, and then a little turnaround.
Ah!
Yeah, that's tricky. Ah, I'm sitting on my whammy bar.
It's like a really slow kind of job. It's not at the end. It's like a 19 flat note.
Oops.
That just come out of the C. C.
Ah.
Kind of going all in it.
My right hand's not working today.
Oh, sorry, go on.
No, that's all right. What's going on with your hair? It's gone. Oh, tired. I was just thinking this is C minor and B flat minor. I think it sounds better. had to make that at least once. This is kind of like video game driving music.
Yeah. Sending shells out.
Who's being noisy? Is your volume up? I'm enjoying this one. Should do this again. Let's do it again. Woo! Yes. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let's do it again.
That's cool. Right.
Oof.
All right, I'll start with it. What is the turnaround?
You're right.
Is it? Oh.
Just my own. Because
Sabers out.
It does.
Break it down.
That last section is E flat 9 D. You know it.
I just didn't know it.
I keep forgetting to play over it. Are you picking all that?
Ah. Ah.
Something going on with this sofa. Yeah.
Oh man! Turn around.
I'm so out of tune now. Oh no, I'm not. This keeps getting caught on the... I might need to use this again. I've just abused my whammy bar a bit too much. Yeah, so... Somebody earlier on said they were getting into Leeds College Music to do a jazz degree. Is that what you were talking about?
Yeah, that one, yeah.
Oh my God. Don't jab your whammy bar into the sofa, that's the first thing.
I can't remember who posted the question actually, but if you're still watching, hey, post in the comments again. You said you've just got into LCM, Leeds College Music, to do jazz, and advice on, I guess, what did you say?
How to absorb
it, or prepare and absorb.
How to absorb it, yeah.
Well, actually, first thing is, Dan and I have been talking about this on recent weeks on podcasts. So
stop talking about stuff that people are asking questions about in the guitar hour.
What?
I'm joking.
It might be relevant.
It's twice now.
And, however, two of us have actually been. In fact, John was there, wasn't he?
John was there, yeah.
He's in the comments. So, what would you first thoughts say to that? Because we might say quite different things.
We might do. I'm not sure. I'm trying to think of a good answer. Okay. One thing to be aware of is that you can't get all of it down, learn all of that information, and learn how to play. You know, be a jazz musician properly. I'm not anymore at all. But in 3 years.
Not with all the assignments and everything else.
No.
Writing and
So
everything.
you'll come out the other end, and you're not supposed to be this complete package by the end of the course. It's going to take another 10, 20 years. You know, that's just the way it is. So don't worry too much about, you know, making yourself into or putting too much pressure on yourself to be this freak show by the time you leave college. There's time to do that and get better. The other thing is try not to become overwhelmed by you'll get lots of different information from different people, and it takes a while to assimilate that information and find your own way through it. I didn't get a lot of the harmony down until the third year, when I had a friend of mine really help me through it in one summer between second and third year, and that really helped me get a lot of it down. So again, just take your time with it. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. Just the big key is to try and make sure you're enjoying yourself and not starting to hate music because you're becoming competitive. Don't get too much into that jazz mindset of competitiveness. What would you say, Beebs?
Yeah, so first thing, and this might sound really obvious and a bit silly to say, but make sure that you actually kind of like jazz, and you know you do, maybe before. Because I made the bizarre mistake of actually going to do a jazz degree without really understanding whether I even
with an
like
Ibanez gem.
Well, I've told this story.
Yeah,
before.
I went with an Ibanez RG.
I've told this story before about turning up at Jazz College with a white and gold Steve Vai signature. However, in my defence,
Burn the witch.
Yeah. In my defence, I thought it was a jazz and contemporary music degree, and I thought the contemporary music meant all of the kinds of pop and rock and stuff.
Yeah.
Completely got the wrong end of the stick there because it was not that at all. So, but yeah, regardless, kind of have a good idea as to whether you really kind of do like listening and you really want to play that stuff. That would be for anyone just talking about my own experience. But yeah, similar things, I think, to what Tom was saying.
I like this. This is good.
It's chilling.
It's relaxing.
But yeah, you can't. I didn't even finish being half a package, let alone a full package. So it was very much you absolutely, treat this as a lifelong pursuit. You're not going to get everything as you can. We talked about this several times, but like it's often like who you meet, not necessarily what you learn or pick up, but often people around you, like you said about a friend of yours that helped you through it in that time that wasn't even...
That was Tam, do you remember Tam?
Yeah. Yeah. I think he was he in your year?
No. I think he was 2 years above me.
Okay, I do remember him.
It was a year over 2 years above me, I think.
But that information for you and that help for you, that sort of sounds like that was pivotal for you, didn't come from college.
No.
It was someone who was at the college who you met, who was... but wasn't teaching.
Funny enough, once I had that information down, I got a lot more out of college because having lessons with Jez, I got stupidly obsessed with harmony.
Yeah. And
we were discussing harmonic major, we were doing a load of Kenny Wheeler tunes, we were doing some... I've got brain failure.
Do you not think...
Anyway.
I think you have to be careful as well with all that information, that you don't shoot for stuff you're not ready for.
Yeah.
I think that's very easily done.
Well, it is, but then maybe there's a double thing on that though, because maybe the assumption then that maybe whether it was Jez or just generally a higher institutional level, there's an assumption that you should have had all that then, if it wasn't being taught.
Funny enough,
if it wasn't being picked up, that, if you needed that outside.
Yeah.
Then.
Well, that was the catalyst for me that made me more interested in the whole thing. Because up to that point, I was kind of playing at it rather than actually doing it properly. I've got recordings of me playing over All the Things You Are, and even stupid tunes like Blue Bossa. Stupid in terms of the harmony is very simple. Not playing them properly at all, just fudging my way through it. No language, no chromaticism, no melodic minor at all. And then suddenly it all clicked, and that wasn't from college. That was from playing with other people, and Tam specifically.
So you could be, I think what you're saying, Dan, about not being shooting.
I think it's very easy to get there and start listening to stuff and start getting all this information and try and go for stuff that you're not, like if you, for instance, if you can't navigate you can't navigate harmony across the neck that is not really intense and jazz changes, jazz language, and then you go, right, cool, I'm going to start looking at all this really intense stuff, and I'm going to start learning some kind of crazy Kreisberg augmented scale stuff or whatever. You can do that, and I think what you can end up doing is getting all this knowledge and thinking because you know what it is, you can do it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because my harmony was good at college. I kind of understood a lot of all this stuff, but just couldn't do it on the fretboard. Couldn't find it in real time, and didn't have like efficient ways of visualizing and practicing, working on this stuff. And I never really got that from college or from anyone at the time around at college. But that was a lot of my own fault as well.
By the way, did either of you play The Legend of Zelda on SNES?
Yeah.
You recognise this?
Yeah.
What was happening?
Is that the second castle or something, the blue one?
It's basically, I just realised it's the same thing. I don't know why I'm talking about that, but it just suddenly... There you go, yeah, exactly.
It's the one with the three...
Yeah, whatever it's called. So there's a couple of other questions as well.
Yeah.
Wong Yu, of course you can. Tom, I have a question. Now that you've achieved your childhood dream to be with Ibanez, what's your next goal as a guitarist? Oh boy.
Big question.
Oof. I don't really know. Actually, I do know, and it's never going to happen. I really want to be a good bluegrass cross-picking player.
Whoa.
Having seen Miss Tuttle and just generally hanging out with Andy Wood too much, that to me is, like, you guys weren't at the gig, but to be able to create, John was there, John will tell you it was incredible, to be able to create that much music on a guitar and have that much fun and look that relaxed whilst playing stuff.
So easy, don't it, when they do it?
It's one of the most difficult things you can do on the instrument,
Yeah.
and it sounds so good. So yeah, that would be my goal. There's another as well. How much of the harmonic content you learnt there have you covered in your own tutorials, Tom? Almost all of it, except for some of the reharmonization stuff, and also like I haven't done anything on harmonic major. You know, not too much stuff on some silly diminished chord stuff, but there is all of the melodic minor stuff. To be honest, you only really need. There you go. If John Gomm says Molly Tuttle was incredible, there you go. You know it's incredible. Yeah, just you only really need the melodic minor stuff. You need to understand modes properly. These guys have a rant about that on the podcast this week. And you need to obviously understand major scale harmony. I never used harmonic minor.
No.
Diminished scale I use all the time, but yeah, you don't need harmonic major and all that stuff is very rarely used, to be honest.
In terms of covering the vast majority of the real book, modern jazz, you don't really need to go beyond melodic minor and major harmony and modal harmony.
You need diminished scale harmony though.
Yes,
I think that's kind of what I was saying before about not sinking your time into stuff that you're not potentially going to use because it's difficult, or you know.
Sage advice, Mr. Gomm.
Yeah, well, I used to be in the bar at 9 o'clock most mornings drinking snake bites, so it's good advice. Okay. We've already done the setups, but we can do them really quick again if you've only just joined. I just know a few people have only just joined. So I'm playing through my pedal board that Daniel Steinhardt built me, and I'm using the Big Sky, Strymon Big Sky. It's got a cabinet well, it's not a simulator, a cabinet filter, EQ filter on, and that. If I turn it off, it's just this little switch. There you go, it's a nice tone. Oh, that's what the dual fusion sounds like, de-eyed. And then if you put the filter on.
Oh, I thought you were going to fire them off.
BB's trying to snap your cards in half.
Oh, that's fun.
So that's what I'm doing while they're doing cards. BB's doing the same thing.
Essentially, same.
And Dan's using a Helix LT, which he's just got. Still got the plastic on. Can I peel it off?
No, you can't peel it off.
I'm going to peel it off.
Don't do it.
I'm peeling. He's using his cards as a weapon. Right. What else? Martin Miller.
Hey, Martin.
All right, dude. How you doing?
Peter, if you rewind after the stream to about 45 minutes, Dan talks all about the Helix.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, cool. Nice one, Jonathan Evans. Do you want to do another question, or do you want to play a bit more?
What was the question?
There wasn't one. I just wanted.
Oh, I was going to say, a couple of people mentioned about no pre-warning about activation of the guitar.
Oh yeah.
This is just, again, for those who just wondering, this is just a test stream.
Read the title.
Obviously, we're missing one quarter.
We're missing another Baldy.
The Rock Rabbits he's seconded in.
We should sit on either side. He can sit over there and I can sit here, and we can shine a light on you guys.
Like softbox type.
So we can be softboxes. Yeah.
So Bronzy's in rehearsals for his second album sessions. He's going into the studio to record his next album next week.
Yeah, Martin's got tendinitis at the moment.
Oh man, yeah.
Are you in Boston, dude? I think you're in Boston at the moment. Oh, there you go. There's a question you need to answer, Mr. Beebs.
Beebs, how have you, Beebs, dealt with your injury to be back in full shape?
He's not in full shape.
I'm not. You'll see me doing this like throughout the. In fact, I've got sweat patches.
I told BB, I said a joke earlier on, and BB was in pain with. It hurts.
Yeah. What was I saying? Yeah. So you'll see me doing this throughout the thing because I'm still not right. However, it's 10 times better than it was a month ago. So it doesn't hurt down my arm. I've got feeling in my hand again. There was a brief period of a week where I couldn't use my hand or move it very well, which is quite frightening. So all the pain in my hand and arm is gone. It's just in the neck still. So I've got to. What was the question? How have I dealt with it? I've just been like doing as little playing as I can, depping out gigs, so getting cover for gigs, instructing verbally in teaching lessons, cancelling ones that lessons that require sort of a very hands-on thing.
That's interesting. Has anyone kind of moaned about that?
No, because it's a lot of like the Skype lessons are very often like
it's like coaching, isn't it?
It's more like sort of information, seminar type, lecture type thing, whatever thing. And there's less of the, unless it's a technique thing. But I've cancelled those lessons where it's sort of tech based. Or like the very young people that I teach, like primary school ages, I've not been doing that as much. Where I sort of have to sort of guide them into position, and show them more on the guitar. So just like crossing my fingers that work's still going to be there when I come back. I had my first gig last Saturday in about 7 weeks. I'd not took a gig in 7 weeks, and it was fine. Playing was fine. Band sounding good. I just forgot that I'd be standing up, so the strap was on my shoulder, the weight of the guitar was on my shoulder all gig.
And it's bad on that side as well, because that's the side that goes into your neck.
Well, that is the side where all the pain is and everything. So, so I'm pretty miserable really. It's been a miserable time, but I'm hoping that another few weeks and I'll be back to shredding normal.
You're quite right, Michael Hawkins. That's exactly what's happened. So Savrida wants us to play on the F minor acid. I feel like we've done this one. Let's listen.
So how do you make it?
Listen. It's the rock in an advert. Listen to the rock.
It's Natasha's way. Be shy. Focus on.
Have we done this one on the stream?
Not today.
No.
But we may have in the past.
Okay. Let's do it then. So it's an F minor. Who's starting?
I'm not plugged in again.
That's right. I don't want to sit on that one because.
What's your headstock?
Sorry, mate. I can't sit on here because the lead's hitting into there.
Oh, again, this way. Oh man. All right, just for you, Stelios.
I don't know where it starts or where it ends.
Nor do I.
I think it's here.
Again.
muscle weight structure.
Pedal. Oops.
Oh, damn.
I might have to stop after this, so why don't we play this one again and then call it an hour. Stop. Okay. We'll do it one more time next. So I'm just going to take it back. We're doing it again. Okay. Because we'll have to stop after this because we're doing it hard. Go on, babes. It's an interesting use of a major 7 sharp 5. I'll play over this bit, I'll come around here. It's like create a weird resonance.
Oh.
Yeah, Sam.
Hey, Mr. Bell. Just play over this bit. I'm just tuning up.
Ah!
Just got full stretch.
Oh, we're doing the same lick, but in different places. Yes. Woo! Oh. Ah. Just channeling the bronzy at the end.
You gotta get half naked for that, I'm afraid.
Gotta get half.
I haven't got enough chest hair. So we have to finish because my daughter has an ear infection, and we're obviously this is my house. We normally do it at home, so it's no big issue. But I want to be there so my wife is not kind of just looking after her on her own all night. So we've been streaming for an hour and a half.
Have we?
Have I?
Yeah, we must have been.
What?
Must have been. I'll tell you. Hold on.
It's 8:15. Started at what, 6:30?
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on.
About an hour and a half.
Hold on.
Yeah, that's quite a
Oh,
nice comment there, Tom.
Oh, cool. Wow. Oh my god. Yeah. 1 hour 42 minutes. So I'm let me sit down again. Never too far away. Sorry guys. I'd love to. Actually, really enjoying myself. I'd love to stay.
Oh, Smith.
What's happening? So yeah, we're gonna have to go. But we'll try and do one next week. We'll see. Well, we'll see. We'll see.
I'm gigging next week, but yeah.
Okay, we'll see what we can do. If you want another Guitar Hour hit, go and download the podcast, which has just gone up.
Yeah, should probably
Should
the
be up
podcast
now.
should be live now. Like Dan and I chat on a Sunday, so
Also, go and subscribe to the Dawson's YouTube channel. Type in Dawson's Music onto YouTube because I've taken over from Lee Wraith. This is what this studio is, and I'm doing all their videos now. So if you want to, check out some guitars and stuff and pedals and amps and that kind of thing, I'm going to start doing lessons on there soon as well. So that's going to be cool. So go and subscribe to Dawson's Music. Yeah, we're going to have to stop there, guys. Thank you so much for joining us.
yeah, thanks.
I'm in France next week. We're not doing next week.
But,
Oh, Stacey, when did you join? I think you might have missed a lot of it.
Jason, there will be a podcast every single week. So the weeks that there are not the actual live video stream, there will still be at least some of us chatting on the audio feed.
Nice. Okay, all right, guys. We will see you sometime soon. It won't be anywhere near as long, I promise. Oh my God, I'm stuck. I was going to do a little dance then. You need to keep playing, guys.
Is it still?
Yes, still streaming.